What is up, world? What is up, people? This is Mr. You Know Who It Is, aka G-Man Live, aka G-Man Live Forever On, aka G-Man Keeps It Real. What up, people? What up, world? How you doing? How you feeling? This is Debunking Black. Debunking Black Presents, or a Debunking Black Special, whatever I want to call it. This is, I'd say, a long-awaited video. Hell, if not for you, for me, because I was sitting back. It's been, of course, it's been months and months down the road, and I'm like, I promise these dudes, I promise these chicks, whoever's watching me, I promise these people a video about fat, black, and nasty, and I never did it. And I don't want to, so much focus on the race aspect of it, because it's nothing that's based on one race. But I know that in the black community, in the black sector of the world, or especially the United States, the black, the classified black people, and by the census, by the bureau, by the government, the classified black Negro male and woman, we are typically overweight and fat. That's why I felt like I wanted to title it Fat, Black, and Nasty. That's why the title is there. And it's not an uncommon thing to see a fat woman or a fat man. But there is a drastic conflict. There's a drastic contrast between a fat male and a fat female, especially in the black community. See, we looked up to people like, he's not really black if you want to, not categorize him as that, but I guess Puerto Rican would be black to some folks. But, Big Pun, Biggie, they had Big in their name, you know what I'm saying? You had the Fat Boys. We looked up to people like Scarface, who got a little bit heftier. You got all these big name stars who were kind of bigger, who were male. Cedric the Entertainer was a big, stocky guy. You got a lot of fat dudes on the internet doing these videos now, these little Vine videos, these little Facebook videos, like this FFS dude, FFS gang or whatever. He got the little buzz cut or whatever. You got Spicy Adams. You got a lot of bigger dudes doing comedy now. And, big dudes really don't care if you think they're too big, But when you tell a woman, or when you ask a woman, when you ask of a woman, especially a sister, when you ask of them how much you weigh, or do you pay as much as you weigh, how big are you, girl, because we can already see from the profile pictures, if we're doing this online dating shit, or if we're looking at your Facebook, or we looking at your Twitter or your Instagram, we already know just by your shoulders and your neck, we know that you got some weight on you, but we want to just ask. And these women will get very inflammatory and very derogatory with you. And they were getting their feelings deep in their feelings. And I don't see too many big dudes getting offended when you ask them how much they weigh. They'll tell you straight up, because I don't think dudes are based solely on their looks. Of course, their looks get them certain attention from women, but I don't think it's a soul based where they can't get through life if they are a certain size. But women, that can be a hindrance to them, because women are the ultimate beauty in the world. There are statues, there are monuments, there are pillars, there are columns that are based on the woman's physique. And there are organizations, ships, vehicles that are based on women. Didn't know that, huh? So there are storms that are named after women. Stars and storms. I don't know which one I just said. I'm a little tongue-tied. But I just wanted to say that to get an opener for this video, because I just wanted y'all to get my angle on this. Like, a lot of these bigger dudes do not get the flack. They don't catch the flack as much as the bigger women, as far as the beauty standard goes. And what I'm seeing a lot of is I'm seeing a lot of these muscular, muscle-bound dudes up under these bigger girls. And right now, for this video, which I don't know how many parts this is actually going to have, but for this video, I want to do the when and where of this segment. I want to do the when and where this took place. You know, I want to get to the meat of it. No pun intended. You know, I want to get to the meat of the Fat, Black, and Nasty. Why the Fat, Black, and Nasty is now represented and it's selected. And why Fat, Black, and Nasty is the end game right now. And why we have just accepted our counterparts, our sisters, to be big. Why we have accepted that into our lives. Why we settle for that. I want to put that out there, you know, and you know, women will get on this, you know, this video and probably say that, you know, most of the niggas out here, for lack of a better term, most of the brothers out here don't look any better than the damn fat women. Okay, you can say that. You can say that the brothers are lame. You can say that most brothers are corny nowadays. They don't have any fight. They don't have any heart. Okay, we can use that. That's cool, but we still haven't got to the meat of it. We still haven't got to the reason why, or where, or the when, the how. We still haven't gotten to the basis of how and when this took place. So we're going to get into the when and where of Fat, Black, and Nasty, or should I be more universal with it, the fat shaming theory. The fat shaming definition. And I Google this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I Dr. Google, Master Teacher Google, I praise thee. You know, like I use Google for anything. You know, Google is the source. Like, this is my at-home library. You should use Google more often if you want to find some answers or some definitions or some terms. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we're going to get into this origin of fat shaming, just to kick this Fat, Black, and Nasty thing off. And we're gonna, and this is basically the psyche of this, you know, the where and when. This is the where and when. So I'm just gonna read the definition of fat shaming, and I may go into the BBW terms. And I may go into the whole, you know, the fantasizing and fetishizing, when this started, you know, when this took place and where it took place. I'm going to try to dig this shit up, you know. But we're just going to look at some articles here and some definitions and some terms. Fat shaming is a noun. It says it's the action of practice of humiliating someone judged to be fat or overweight by making, mocking, or critical comments about their size. I'm sorry, I cannot read. if you don't know, now you know, nigga. I can't. I add my own little endings and syllables to the words. I don't know why. I mean, I guess, you know, since I'm just doing this pro bono, I'm just doing this freestyle. I ain't got no notes together, you know, just bear with me. Somebody used it in a sentence. It says, the star endured fat shaming and cyberbullying for the weight she gained while pregnant. Now, I'm going to say this. For example, Rihanna the singer, she gained some pounds. Nobody really went in on Rihanna. But, you know, if you're just known to be fat, you're one of these Amy Schumer looking bitches, You're just known to be chunky and chubby and whatever you want to call it, fluffy. We're going to get into those words. You're just known to be that archetype of just fat, you know. I forgot the chick's name. Damn, Adele. Yeah, Adele. If you're known to just look like an Adele chick, Gabby Sidibe, you know, chances are we're always gonna label you the fat woman, you know, the big woman. You know, it don't matter how much weight you lose, your head's still gonna be swole up. You know, yeah, you're gonna get a lot of dudes who want it, because hey, dudes want pussy anyway. But that doesn't mean that you're absolved and exempt from being called a fat girl or a big girl. I mean, that's how we describe people. Just like you may describe one of these celebrities or a few of these celebrities as short once you see them. Once you try to get their autograph, you're like, damn, you're short. There's no such thing as short shaming. Height shaming. There's no such thing. But there's fat shaming. And fat shaming is usually for the female's benefit. It's not for the male's benefit. Men can't go around saying you're fat shaming me. It just ain't gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen when a man starts saying that? They're gonna tell him to stop whining, stop crying, you little bitch, and get in the gym. We can't tell women that. Why? Because biology and science has told us that women have more weight than men. But hold up. The weight is supposed to be distributed in the hips and the breasts. Not the arms, not so much your legs. Of course you have thighs, but it's supposed to be the hips, the ass, and the breast. That's where your weight is supposed to be. It's supposed to be transpiring and transmitting. That's where your fat's supposed to be. And when you get pregnant, yep, your belly exposed to extend, of course. But science ain't telling you to just walk around being fat as hell. Now, if it's a hereditary thing, I can understand. Because I got the shit in my genes. I got the shit in my family. I'm getting a little pudgy myself, but I'm not no fat dude. Plus, I'm going to be working on this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm working this shit off. I'm actually grinding. I'm actually active. You know, you got a lot of these big women. They ain't getting up off their ass no time soon. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to. And they're telling the world, accept me as I am. Dudes can't go around saying, accept me as I am. Dudes can't do that. But let's look at the adjective definition of fat shaming. Expressing mockery or criticism about someone judged to be fat or overweight. She refuses to resort to extreme dieting because of fat shaming bullies. I've never in my life heard of a fat shaming bully. Just a bully. A bully can just be a bully. Bullies bully everybody. I never knew it was a specific. See, this is what happens when you have too much politically correctness, when you have too much of this SJW shit going on, social justice shit. You know, everybody got a different term for everything. Back in the day, it wasn't all this. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, you didn't have no problems, you know, out here calling somebody what they were. They didn't have no problem calling me a nerd and a square and a short dude. I had to take that shit. But these fat girls, the fat, black, and nasties, they can't take it. They can't take it. Or should I say the fat snow bunnies, the fat Chiquitas, they can't take it. Even the fat Maylene, Lucine, whatever you want to call them, the fat chinks can't take it. You know what I'm saying? You know? They can't take it. So now we got this word called fat shaming. I don't understand how anybody could shame you into being fat. I wasn't responsible for putting those pounds on you. You know? But let's see. I'm gonna be looking through the Huff Post because the Huff Post is just fuckery all. That site is all fuckery rolled into one. You know, the Huffington Post. They gave it the right name. Huff and Puff, Huff and fucking Puff, Huff, Fluff and Puff. That's right. Let's see. Let's talk about the when and where, man. I should. You know what? Matter of fact. It would be a disservice if I didn't look up where this word came from and where this fat shaming stuff came from. It would be a disservice to my people. I'm going to look up the origin of it. Yeah, right. Let's see. Fat acceptance movement. Oh, man. We're going to get into the fat acceptance movement. Oh, man. And this is from Wikipedia. And it says, the fat acceptance movement, also known as the size acceptance, fat liberation, fat activism, fativism, or fat power movement. Jesus. Is a social movement seeking to change anti-fat bias in social attitudes. Areas of contention include the aesthetic, legal, and medical approaches to people whose bodies are fatter than the social norm. The movement has been criticized, with Kathy Young, writing for the Boston Globe, claiming that the fat acceptance movement is hazardous to our health, and Barbara Kay, writing for the National Post, stating that fat acceptance is not the answer to obesity, which I agree. The only reason why it's accepted is because nationwide across America, you just got a whole bunch of greasy chicken, pizza, burger eating people, you know? Not just women, just people. You know, you got 300-pound kids right now, you know, like. However, studies have shown that stress is linked to obesity, and that encouraging fat people to focus on their excess weight has been linked to an increase of overeating. Stress does lead to overeating. I am a prime example. When motherfuckers piss me off, if I can't smoke a joint or drink, I'ma eat. That shit is true. But for women, it's detrimental because scientifically and biologically, you already have the weight on you. You already have weight. When you hit puberty, the weight pounds on. When you hit college, the weight pounds on. It mounds up. It builds up. And if you don't do anything to stop it, you're in the big girl club now. Watch out for the big girls. They made that song for y'all. Besides its political role, the fat acceptance movement also constitutes a subculture that acts as a social group for its members. I may not be reading all of this. I may just move on to some articles or whatever. But I just want to give y'all the where and when. I want to actually get to the meat of this. I want to tell you when this started, what this came from, why you have more plus size models on the runway than you got the skinny ones. You know why this is a big insurgence of bigger women walking around with wedding bands, wedding rings, which, let's just be real here. You know, before all these terms, fat women were selected by any and every dude, you know, especially dudes who didn't have a lot of money. You know, see, in the Eastern culture, they love fat women because fat women represent wealth. But over here, it represents poverty. Because you got a lot of these women who get WIC, food stamps, welfare, and they're gorging, they're eating all the kids' food and clearing out the damn houses. You know what I'm saying? Buying up food, eating it in 1 week, going back to the grocery store. You got a lot of fat women in the South in North America. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of big women everywhere, but especially in the South of America, you know? Not South America, but in the South of America. You got a lot of bigger women, and I'm in the South myself. And it's crazy. It's crazy. This is the selection we got to pick from. Nobody tells these women to exercise. Like, all right, let's go to the history of this. Like I said, I'm not going to read all of this. Some of it I'm going to just skim through and just give y'all a synopsis, give y'all a summary. Let's see. The history. The history of the fat acceptance movement can be dated back to 1967, when 500 people met in New York's Central Park to protest against anti-fat bias. Sociologist Charlotte Cooper has argued that the history of the fat activist movement is best understood in waves similar to the feminist movement. Wow. Similar to the feminist movement, with which she believes it is closely tied. Cooper believes that fat activists have suffered similar waves of activism followed by burnout, with activists in a following wave often unaware of the history of the movement, resulting in a lack of basically resulting in a lack of it ongoing, you know. Wow. So I guess you had a lot of fat women who got together and they tried to fight, you know, the people or the establishment who didn't like fat women. I guess if it had to do with their income or them gaining a leg up in society, but they never kept up with the movements. But what is funny to me is now feminism, that movement, feminism has turned into a bunch of fat women. If you haven't noticed, it's either fat women or lesbians. That's what the feminist movement is today. You ain't gonna see nothing but a bunch of bull dykes and fat women or out of shape women. Just like how they go in on the fucking neckbeards and the SW and the SJWs. Yep, they going on them too. And you know, these fat men who wear these fedoras, you know, they go in on them too. Even more so than the big girls. The big girls can get dick. Those damn neckbeards can't get no pussy. Can't get no pussy. That's the contrast. But we'll be diving more into that. Let's see. Like I said, I ain't reading all this. First wave activists consist of isolated activists drawing attention to the dominant model of obesity and challenging it as only one of a number of possible models. Let's see, discriminatory. Let's see. In 1967, Lou Louderback wrote an article in Saturday Evening Post called "More People Should Be Fat" in response to discrimination against his wife. Okay. I'm not reading all this. It's big columns and paragraphs, and I already can't fucking read. So, let's see. In 1973, the feminist group, the Fat Underground, was formed. Oh, shit. It began as a radical chapter of NAAFA and spun off to become independent when NAAFA expressed concerns about its promotion of a stronger activist philosophy. Okay. In 1979, Carol Shaw coined the term big beautiful woman, BBW. Now, do you want to know where you want to know where BBW came from? It came from Miss Carol Shaw in 1979. Big beautiful woman, BBW. And launched a fashion and lifestyle magazine of the same name aimed at plus-size women. The original print magazine closed in the late 1990s, but the term BBW has become widely used to refer to any fat woman. And there you go. Like I said, I got y'all, man. I got y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let y'all know what's up. Yeah, there was something. Yeah, a group formed in London in 1989. Let's see. In the second wave, the fat acceptance movement became more widespread in the USA and started to spread to other countries. Ideas from the movement began to appear in the mainstream. Publishers became more willing to publish fat acceptance themed literature. So they started to write about fat women more. Okay, let's move on to the third wave. The fat acceptance movement has seen a diversification of projects during the third wave. Activities have addressed issues of both fat and race, class, sexuality, and other issues. Size discrimination has been increasingly addressed in the arts as well. Performing art groups such as Pretty Porky and Pissed Off, oh my lord, the Padded Lils, Water Ballet Trapeze of Large Size Women, Big Moves, and the Fat Bottom Review, a big burlesque touring show founded by fat activist Heather McAllister. Leftovers, the ups and downs of a compulsive eater, among others, intentionally feature fat people in their shows. Well, you know we got Medea now. We got Tyler Perry cooning it up, showing y'all how these fat old women do. You know, all they do is go to church, shoot guns, and talk about how they were hoeing in the past life. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got a lot of them coon movies with fat black women. You know, it kind of kicked it off. You know, Tyler Perry making a killing off them fat girls, man. Let's just be honest here. Let's be all the way live. Campaigning themes. The fat acceptance movement argues that fat people are targets of hatred and discrimination. In particular, that obese women are subjected to more social pressure than obese men. The movement argues that these attitudes comprise a fat-phobic, entrenched societal norm, evident in many social institutions, include the mass media, where fat people are often ridiculed or held up as objects of pity. Discrimination includes lack of equal access to transportation and employment. Members of the fat acceptance perceive negative societal attitudes as persistent and as being based on presumption that fatness reflects negatively on a person's character. Fat activists continue to strive for change in societal, personal, and medical attitudes towards fat people. Fat acceptance organizations engage in public education about what they describe as myths concerning fat people. Oh boy. So basically what they're saying is, and I'm not reading all this shit. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you what's going on today. I see so many bigger dudes getting hired for jobs that require a lot of physical skill. And some of them last and some of them don't. Some of them can carry their own weight through the physical and the manual work, and some of them can't. Same goes for women. I see a lot of bigger women are taking a lot of these office jobs by storm because they realize they got to use this besides this. They got to use this besides this. Now, the woman you see on my background right now, she decided, since we have all these fat movements and they put in place that fat women are sexy, BBW, SSBBW, the woman in my background right now, she's using the porn aspect. She's using the novelty aspect. She's fetishizing herself right now. She knows that there are some damn perverted dudes out there who want a piece of that. And that's what's going on today. That's why I don't really feel sorry for big women, because big women can get dick. It's no problem. Any woman can get dick. Any woman can get slammed. Any woman can get the mattress special. They can get the mattress treatment. Any woman. Any woman can get their head on the headboard, okay? I mean, I see so many big women getting married, it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. And I'm not reading through all this. They want to talk about the health, the gender, you know, and legislation, fat studies, and you know. I mean, it's not a lot that we don't already know today. You know, but let me see. I should read this for y'all. This was really gonna get y'all goats, since we talking about the when and where. Let's talk about the fat tax for a second. Let's talk about the fat tax for a second. Like I said, I'm all over the place on this video. You know what I'm saying? I ain't giving no fucks. The fat tax. Let's see. Quote unquote food tax. Redirects here. Okay. Fat tax for banks. Okay. A fat tax is a tax or surcharge that is placed upon fattening food, beverages, or on overweight individuals. It is considered an example of Pijovian taxation. Damn these words. Damn them. A fat tax aims to discourage unhealthy diets and offset the economic cost of obesity. A fat tax aims to decrease the consumption of foods that are linked to obesity. A related idea is to tax foods that are linked to increased risk of coronary heart disease. Numerous studies suggest that as the price of a food decreases, individuals get fatter. Oh, no shit, McDonald's, Burger King, 2-for-1s. In fact, eating behavior may be more responsive to price increases than the nutritional education. Estimates suggest that a 1 cent per ounce tax on sugar-sweetened beverages may reduce the consumption of those beverages by 25%. No, it won't. However, there is also evidence that obese individuals are less responsive to changes in the price of food than normal weight. Yeah, of course. Than normal weight individuals, of course. Because once the motherfuckers is working out, sees how much the food that's processed costs versus the unprocessed food, they like, oh, hell no. Oh, fuck no. I'll just go ahead and eat this damn apple and call it a day. But fat people gotta have it. Hell, I know I eat junk food. You know what I'm saying? I eat that shit religiously. I ain't supposed to, but I do. Because, I mean, yeah, it tastes good. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not no fucking pudgy ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm still small, you know, so there's some things I will look at in the store and be like, you know what, that's too fucking high for some damn Oreos. That's too fucking high for that damn bucket of fried chicken. I ain't getting that shit. I'm going to just go ahead and be humble and go ahead and cook me some ramen noodles, or I'm I'm gonna go ahead and put me some hamburger helper in the stove or something. You know, like I'm a little bit more reasonable about what I put in my mouth and what I buy. I'm starting to buy less and less, and I'm starting to look more into the produce section more and more because I'm tired of eating the same fried and baked food. But fat people, you know, they say there's a chemical in food. Once you eat it, your body craves it. Fat people can't let it go. And if you look in your local Walmart versus your Whole Foods, you'll see the big difference in the size of people. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know if I'm gonna read all this food taxation thing. Fat tax. Yep, they have a fat tax in Japan, Denmark, and India. And there are a lot of fat people in those countries and those areas. They have a lot of fat people and big people, and they trying to cut down on that shit because they don't like it. But I'm gonna tell you what, in America, as long as we can make that dollar bill, we don't care how big you get. You can die in McDonald's right now. You can die in the drive-thru. They don't care. They still got your money. You know what I'm saying? But let's see. I ain't gonna read all that fat tax stuff. I know it's killing some of y'all who's watching this. I know it's killing you. I know it's killing you. Let me see if let me see. I want to give y'all more of an origin of where all this shit came from, where these terms came from. Let's see. The origin of husky, the word that's traumatized generations of fat boys. Oh man, they talking about men. Oh God. Husky just turns off every guy we talk to, says Shadoni, shaking her head. A lot were really traumatized by that. As a child shopping in a husky section, athletic was okay. It didn't finish. Okay. The new kin equivalent of the curvy Barbie is called broad. Oh God, instead of husky, because men are traumatized by husky. I don't think. Okay, I grew up husky. I didn't really think of. I wasn't really shamed for being husky, or fat, or chubby, or fluffy, or whatever. I wasn't shamed. I was 8 years old, you know. I was still living my normal life, eating like a motherfucker, you know. I don't see the word husky really making a lot of dudes go crazy, you know. Yeah, it may bring on a lot of insecurities. It may bring on a lot of self-doubt in a lot of young boys. But usually what happens with men, like I said in the beginning of the video, like I was saying that men can't really bitch about being fat. They tell them to man up and go to the gym. Well, that's what happens. They either join the service, they either go to the gym, or, you know, they either continue to be big and accept that shit. You know, big dudes don't really... They don't really give a fuck, you know. I know a lot of big dudes who got 4 or 5 of them young things, them PYTs. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of them yamps running around looking for them. A lot of big dudes got a lot of chickens on their dick, you know. Not every last one of them, but they don't got no problem with being confident out here, you know. So I just don't see how dudes are really affected by the fat shaming thing versus women. Women are really teed off by that shit. You can't ask a woman how much she weigh. That's even if she's a smaller silhouette of a woman, you can't really ask her how much she weighs. Like, that's a no-no. And that's why I'm kind of bringing this fat, black, and nasty shit up, because, you know, it's a lot of dudes out here who have accepted it. They have fallen in love with one of these biggins, and they figured this woman or this one won't run. They won't fucking cheat on them. They'll be at home cooking for them, Cause they're fat, you know. They're always gonna have a fucking fridge full of food. You know, they're always gonna have a place for that dude to stay. A lot of these homeless niggas, a lot of these hobosexuals, Ray Rays and Pookies, they got a fat woman. It ain't nothing stereotypical. It's for real. It's fucking for real. Let's see. I'm gonna just go back to the Huffington Post. And, woo. I ain't gonna be too long on this video because, I mean, it ain't too much to even say when and where. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done explained it, so I'm just gonna read a few of these articles. Okay. This is an article from 2016. March 16th. And it's by Crystal Marks. And it says, "Does my fat make you uncomfortable?" Does my fat make you uncomfortable? By Crystal Marks. And I want to say another thing before I read this off. Yeah, you got a lot of these, like Solo TV says, a lot of these mandingo-fied white women. And I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. There are some chubby white women that I would smash. I'm gonna say it. There are some women with some weight on them that I would smash. So let me get that out of the way first. I'm not a hypocrite. I'm just saying what it is. There's a lot of mandingo-fied white women who feel like since I got a nigga with a big dick, I'm justified. I'm vilified. You know, I'm verified. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my truth. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of these fat white women who turn ghetto, who turn into this whole urbanite, this fucking Black Wall Street white woman, like Rachel Dozell, you know, or like that damn crazy chick. What's that crazy chick name over there in Germany? I forgot her name. I'm gonna look her up though. I'm gonna look that one up, and I'm gonna get back with y'all on that one. She turned herself into a black woman, but she's big as a house. She's over there in Germany somewhere. I'm going to get back to y'all on that name and who she is, and we're going to get into the history of her too. Because, you know, it's a big psychological fuck. It's a lot of fuck shit going on in this whole movement, man. But let's go ahead and read this before I go off on a tangent. Congratulations go out to Ashley Graham. And if y'all know who Ashley Graham is actually a BBW white woman, a plus size white woman who's a model who gave a lot of y'all women hope. You know, she started dating some I guess mildly attractive, muscle bound black dude. So now every big white woman think they got a chance. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's one of them cases, you know. Ashley Graham for landing the cover of Sports Illustrated, becoming the first plus size model to do so. Yay! Happy dances ensues. High fives all around. Body positivity wins. Fat shaming loses. Oh, wow. We're going to get some KFC. Not so much. Yeah, I know. Not so much. Turns out a plus size model gracing the cover of a popular magazine doesn't really do a whole lot of good for the plus size community, but may in fact do more harm than anything else. How so? The average American woman wears a size 14. Ashley wears a size 14 or 16. Plus size is in the fashion industry encompasses sizes 12 to 24. Woo, 24. Damn. This means that yet again, the plus size woman being featured is on the smallest end of the spectrum. And the plus size community is supposed to whoop, holler, and cheer while everyone praises Sports Illustrated for being so progressive as to put someone on their cover who isn't their typical size 0 to 10. By the buzz it has been receiving, you'd think something truly freaking legendary has happened, when in reality a magazine finally showed that there's more to the range of womanhood. Ashley Graham on her Instagram says, "This cover is for every woman who felt like she wasn't beautiful enough because of her size. Yeah, you can do and achieve anything you put your mind to. Hashtag beauty beyond size. Hashtag beauty beyond size 12 maybe." Uh-oh. Are they going in on Ashley Graham? These fat women, Lord Jesus. Maybe I'm greedy. Yeah, maybe I want to see models like Tess Holliday, oh God, grace the cover of such well-known magazines. She's a size 22. Yeah, she is. And if y'all don't know who Tess Holliday is, she's some white woman who models. She had breast cancer. I wonder where the cancer came from. I wonder where the diabetes and all that came from. She had fucking medical problems. She couldn't breathe. I wonder where it came from. She had to get all this surgery. She lost her hair, chemotherapy. Yet that's what's supposed to be glorified, you know? Okay. She's a size 22. That's just as within the plus size range as Ashley Graham. So these bitches are mad that Ashley Graham, which she's already a healthy girl. She doesn't need to be any bigger. Ashley Graham is like, to me, for my personal preference, Ashley Graham could get it. She could get it. Like that's the size I would go for. But this damn size 22 shit, you gotta be a special type of man. And they even saying in their memes that you gotta be a special type of man. You gotta have the right equipment. And I for one don't, and I never will. Take that how you want it. You can clown me on the video, you can roast me. I'm not fucking your big ass. You a size 22? Come on, man. Size 14 and 16 is pushing it. I'm not the biggest dude in the world. I don't got the most muscle in the world. I ain't got the most strength. You know? Let's read the article. I'm going off. But we aren't seeing that. And it's likely that we won't. Not when a size 14, 16 is such a huge freaking deal. And it took this long for a size 22 model to be signed by a major agency in the UK, not even in the US. Well, why the fuck would we want to? Why the fuck would we want to see that? That's like us wanting to see neck beards on fucking GQ. Like, who wants to see these fat, ugly motherfuckers? Who wants to see these fat, grotesque niggas or wiggers or white people on GQ? You don't want to see it. Why do we want to see it? Why do men want to see that? Oh, man. Like I said, this goes beyond race. This goes beyond race. This just happens to be the title, but I just wanted to get into where this comes from and where it is today. Let me continue reading. And not when we keep hearing that the body positive movement promotes unhealthy lifestyles instead of loving yourself. Let's face it, seeing a fat person love themselves and live their life still makes us uncomfortable. It doesn't make me uncomfortable. It makes me question your mentality. It makes me question how you could live like that. It doesn't do anything to me. Because that's you. You got to deal with those health issues. You got to deal with moving that big weight around, you know? That's you. And I see a lot of these big people tapping out right on my job, right in my neighborhood, tapping out in the middle of doing the simplest activities. Let's continue reading. Let's see. Until that changes, until we force that to change, we will keep being distracted and deceived by smoke and mirrors, tricked into thinking that our bodies are almost there, when in reality there is no there. Well, damn, I mean, it's there, but nobody really cares for it. I mean, yeah, you got dudes that'll stick their dick in anything, but we don't want to see that shit on the magazine cover. Like, it's a fetish. BBW, curvy, plumper, it's a fetish. Do a lot of dudes like it? Yeah. Is the establishment gonna like it? No. You gotta understand, it takes a lot more fabric and material to cover your big ass. It takes a lot more food and a lot more buffet trays to fucking feed your ass. It takes a lot more room on the plane and the train, the fucking vehicles, the damn cab to fucking seat your ass to ride it. You be rocking the fucking boat. You know? It takes a lot of resource to accommodate bigger people. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. It just is what it is, man. There is healthy. There is able. There is what we are born with. What we choose to make of it. How we choose to form it. How we take care of it inside and out. And the knowledge that no matter how good you treat yourself and how much care you show your body, someone will always tell you that you're doing it wrong. Someone who is not your doctor will always tell you that you must be unhealthy and all that fat. Someone who is not your psychiatrist will always tell you that you must be eating your feelings. Someone who is not your nutritionist will always tell you must only be drinking soda. Someone who is not your significant other will always tell you that you must have confidence issues in bed. Someone who is not your stylist will always tell you that you must be terrified to wear a bikini. Someone who is not you is telling you to change because you make them uncomfortable. Make them uncomfortable. That's when perceptions are forced to shift. Dare to Be by Crystal. Oh boy. She said there is no normal size. Okay. So basically she's saying that everybody is telling her that she must be doing something wrong in her life because that's why she's fat. Well, I hate to break it to you, cupcakes. Sugar pie honey bunch. I hate to break it to you, but yeah, you are doing something wrong. You haven't been eating fucking tomatoes and avocados and fucking green beans and lettuce all your damn life. You've been drinking, you've been smoking, you've been indulging in fats and sugars, gluten. You have not always been vegan. You have not always been a veggie eater. Yes, you grew up in a household that served greasy food. A lot of y'all white women are Italian or Jewish, and y'all love to eat. A lot of these, and we know a lot of these black women, a lot of these sisters, we know y'all ate those hog maws and chitlins and soul food, cornbread. We know when and where it started. We're not stupid. Black men know when they walk up to a fat white woman what time it is. Them white women even know what time it is. Some of them white women are just like, oh my God, I can't believe this big, strong black man is talking to me. Oh my God. No, he needs a place to stay. He needs your money. That's why he's offering you that 10-inch pole in his pants. But you feel like it's love, and you feel like you on seventh heaven. You feel like it's love at first sight. Like, ain't no nigga walking around looking at no big fat girl saying, oh, I'm in love. Like, no, that shit is built. Either he's being torn down in life, either he's broke, either he doesn't have any other options, because that's the only woman he can fucking acquire right now, you know? And I'm not gonna lie. I put this on everything. I have been that dude who I was chubby chasing. And I will say this, there are some women of size 14 or 12 that I do find attractive. I will put that on everything. But I'm not out here actively dating big girls. That's what you can't say about me. That's one thing you can't say about me. I'm not looking for big girls. Now, if it happens, it happens. But let me just be all the way clear on this. You know? But there's just so much rhetoric. There's just so much rhetoric with this. I don't know what the hell to say. Some of this stuff I didn't even know myself. I was just, giving y'all the game. But it's very crazy, man. But I'm gonna close this on out because I think y'all got enough. I think y'all done heard enough. I think y'all can formulate y'all own opinions about this. But this is the when and where parts of Debunking Black Presents Fat, Black, and Nasty. The next video we get into is going to be the how and why. Get ready. That's all I got to say. Get ready. That's Mr. You Know Who It Is. Y'all subscribe. I'm out. Peace.